Hey everybody, how you doing? This is Dan Blanchard from the Travel in Time Show. I'm here in Hartford, Connecticut at the ancient burial ground of the first and earliest members of Hartford are buried here, including a bunch of Connecticut's black governors. Yes, you heard that right. From about 1750s to about the 1850s, for about 100 years, we had black governors in Connecticut. Connecticut was very progressive, just like New England is very progressive during these years. And we actually had black governors. See, this is how it worked. We had like a white governor. This is during slavery times. We'd have a white governor that would become governor, would win the election, would become governor. And about a week later or so, there would be another election of the blacks. And then whoever won that one would be the black governor who would co-rule or rule aside the white governor. There was huge parades, parties, all sorts of really cool stuff went on to celebrate the black governor. Now, here's the thing. It's a different mindset back then during slavery. The black governor was the governor of the blacks, okay? Not of everybody. Remember, slavery's still around. Many times, those black governors were slaves. For instance, Sam Huntington was the black slave of the white governor, Sam Huntington, who was a sign of the Declaration of Independence. Now, Sam Huntington's slave was the black governor at the same time that he was the white governor, right? So you would think that they probably had, cool relationships, cool conversations, I would hope. White Sam Huntington would say, hey, we got an issue we got to deal with. Sam Huntington, the black governor, can you just go take care of it? These are your people. You're probably better equipped, you're a better cultural leader of them than I am. Go take care of it. Now, that was great. And when it worked like that, it was great. The black governors had a lot of respect and got treated with a lot of respect, and they were called governor, but then there were some people who did not see it that way. You know what I'm saying? They were like, oh, this whole black governor thing's a joke, right? They're not real governors. They're just black leaders. And it's just another way for us to control the black population. Was that true? I don't know. Maybe little hints of it was true, but the black governors did have some power. They would mediate. They would give out the rules. They'd give out the punishments of the black community. And they would be a go-in-between, between the white community and black community, where you hopefully would have a trusted, intelligent, black governor to have good communications with the white population and work it out. So there was a lot of cool things that went on, and I know the black governor's population, the black governor's history, has kind of been forgotten about in history from the 1750s to about the 1850s. Okay, so now, what leadership lessons could come out of this? Well, I would say the first thing I want to think about is, some people may say, well, maybe leadership without a title, but that's not true. They had a title, black governor. What they might not have had in some cases was maybe a power structure, all right? So now you got leadership, maybe without a power structure, but you still got leadership. Just like whether you had a title or not, you still got people who are just natural leaders and are just really good at leading. And that's what these black governors did. I always think of leadership and service. These people were serving their population, all right? And that's important, to go out there and just not look for just the perks of being a leader, but to serve, okay? And I would say resilience. You've got resilience, you've got leadership resilience going on here, because this is a system that slavery is still present. Remember, Black Sam Huntington was still a slave. These are not ideal situations or an ideal system, maybe a bad system to be a leader in, but yet you still got to be a leader. I mean, leaders shine during the worst of times, right? And in a system of slavery was a bad time. So of course you had like leaders that would come out, and these black governors were leaders during that time. Okay, I always say the worst times bring forward the leaders. And this is going to happen to you all the time, even today, when there is no slavery here. I mean, nothing ever goes perfect. Nothing ever goes the way you want it to go. Things always go wrong. And that's when you really find out what kind of leader you are. All right, so listen, I'm going to be closing this up. I think my next episode is going to be the abandoned tuberculosis sanitarium down by the shore of Waterford. I'm going to do that as the next episode. Can't wait to see that one. That one's going to be really good. Make sure you come and check that one out. And if you haven't traveled down here to this ancient burial ground in Hartford, perhaps you should. come down here and travel down here. Please like, subscribe, share, do all those things you do with YouTube videos. And I'm really looking forward to seeing you again soon. And hopefully you can see me again soon, where I mix travel, history, and leadership lessons, all with me, Dan Blanchard. I will be checking you out again soon. Take care.